right under our noses. In our homes, cities and towns, on our sofas and laps, a quiet invasion has been taking place. The cat is now officially the most popular pet in the Western world. In Britain alone, it's reckoned there are 12 million cats. A vast, softly purring army, which it seems we are utterly powerless to resist. And yet, for thousands of years, no creature has divided us quite like this one. Are they regal, or simply cold and remote? Devoted pets, or as irrepressibly wild as their big cousins? How am I to capture the essence of this puzzling creature, one that so many adore and so many others find deeply unsettling? To do that, I'm turning cat detective, unravelling this feline enigma everywhere, from the magical tombs of ancient Egypt.
How brilliant, it's all done by reflection.
To a bizarre medieval cat festival in Belgium. From the cats who formed a Chicago rock band to a cat in fancy dress.
Must be so strange being slightly deaf inside a pink rabbit hat.
I'll be tracking down the amazing big cats too, coming face to face with the lord of the Mayan jungle.
All the strength and majesty of these creatures, you can't believe how beautiful they are.
And armed to rasping tongue with the world's fastest cat.
I'm trying to talk normally with my arm being licked by a cheetah.
All to discover exactly why it is that cats divide us so much, and how one of nature's most efficient serial killers ended up as our favourite fireside companion. This is my journey into the world of the cat. My journey begins here, at home, and it begins with a confession. We don't have a cat. Well, not anymore. For 18 years we had a gorgeous cat called the Bee. When he died, I missed him more than I could ever have imagined. I still think about him every day. We even gave him a little gravestone.
People say that you choose a dog, but the cat chooses you. And people say that cats are aloof. Well, I don't know about that. All I know is that the Bee, our beloved cat, was much more than a pet. He was a friend. We loved him dearly. And, you know, I think he loved us dearly too.
And yet, I wonder if I ever really knew the Bee, any more than I know the neighbourhood cats that now wander through our garden. Unlike dogs, so much of what cats do is secret and nocturnal, mysterious. It helps to explain why some people find them so disturbing and why so many others find cats irresistible. But where does this deep divide spring from? First stop on my journey, a cat show in Milton Keynes, to find the true aficionados, the ones whose absolute faith in cats is beyond doubt. In the West, cat shows like this are the ultimate expression of our modern obsession with cats.
Hello, darling. Yes, sweetheart.
And you can see why. Was there ever an animal quite as beguiling as the cat?
Another Bengal male.
Or as adorable as a kitten?
Called what?
Scylla.
Scylla.
Scylla Black.
I didn't think of that. Beautiful blue eyes and a slightly Barbara Streisand look. I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Over the years, we've engineered around 100 breeds of cat. From green eyes to blue, from long hair to no hair whatsoever.
And what breed is she?
She's a Sphinx.
It's a Turkish van.
It's a snow Bengal. This is a Singapore cat. Very bright, very lively.
But look around any cat show like this, and you'll notice something which has never changed. It's women, not men, who are least able to resist the lure of the cat. Hard to believe that a few hundred years ago, many of these women, including me, might have been burned at the stake, along with their cats. Because the terrible truth is, despite thousands of years of our deepest devotion to cats, there's a very dark side to our feline obsession. Thankfully, we don't torture witches and their cats anymore. But once every 3 years in Belgium, people gather to remember a time when we did. On a warm afternoon in the town of Ypres, their world-famous cat parade is now in full swing. It's all a bit surreal, yet so far at least, it seems pretty harmless. I can't resist joining in the fun. But courtesy of the town jester, the festival culminates in a rather shocking ritual. In Ypres 500 years ago, 9 lives wouldn't have been enough for even the sturdiest of cats. Europe had gone witch mad, and here in Belgium they took to slinging live witches' cats off the tops of high buildings. In fact, it wasn't until 1817 that this barbaric ritual was stopped. It's an unlikely thing to commemorate, but thankfully today the cats here are merely toys.
It's so strange because even though this is a sort of carnival day and everybody's having such fun and they're only toy cats, a knife of fear and pain goes through me. Just to think that a short time ago they were throwing real live cats out of here simply because of the superstition that cats contained evil spirits.
And it wasn't just the Belgians. In the Middle Ages, it was believed that Satan often took the form of a cat. And all over Europe, they were tortured and ritually killed in their thousands, often also burning alive the poor innocent women who owned them.
Was there ever a creature which divided us so much? For 1,000 years we persecuted the cat as an agent of the devil, and yet nowadays we go all gooey over them in cat shows.
For good or evil, we've long believed that cats have some sort of mysterious magical powers. But where on earth did that come from? Who owned the first cat, such as tame as a cheetah is ever likely to be?
There's my boy. Yes. There's a good boy. Huh?
Look at your eyes.
They're huge, aren't they? Where's my boy?
No, we aren't. They're lovely raspy too. That's lovely, darling. It's extraordinary. Apart from everything being on a slightly different scale, i.e. the purr is 40 times louder and the limbs are X longer, they're so like domestic cats, that licking and flopping. Look, he just loves that. I'm incredibly privileged to be so close to these beautiful cats, but it would be a mistake to think they make good pets.
Let's always remember that they're wild animals. So really wild animals should stay in the wild and not be in somebody's flat in Bristol or something, you know. It's not fair on the animal for a start, you know.
I'm trying to talk normally with my arm being licked by a cheetah. It's just extraordinary. This is so good of them to come and... well, there we are. Just like a cat. But to do that graceful thing of welcoming a stranger was very nice. I've seen and held and been licked by so many cats on this journey. This cat is so much bigger, but in a way, it's no different from any of them. The throbbing purr, soft fur, needle-sharp teeth, the faraway look in the eyes, and the calm that comes from the presence of something so free and untamed, just like our cats back home. Well, it's been amazing seeing the big cats here. Utterly, utterly thrilling. And it just seems to me that we seem to have made our peace with domestic cats. They've come down out of the wild and we know exactly how to live with them. We love them dearly and they love us. We haven't quite managed that with the wild cats. With the big cats, we've got to do that to conserve them. After all this was theirs before it was ours. So we've got to learn how to share it, I think. Hopefully the Namibian cheetahs will survive. Their domestic cousins, meanwhile, are in no such danger. What a fascinating journey in their company. From an Egyptian tomb to cats with short legs, cats dressed as mice, Cats thrown off tall buildings. Cats simply too gorgeous to resist. And cats in the Mayan jungles of Belize.
All the cats I've met have shown the same wonderful sense of independence. And I think to truly love these animals, you've got to appreciate the wildness in them. That free spirit which still burns so bright after nearly 4,000 years in our company. And more than anything else, it's the untamed heart that bewitches me. Makes me proud to be a cat woman.